Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Fun fact, I was not going to make this video, but about a day ago, somebody reached out to me and goes, that would be really nice if you could make a video about your Sephora Vib recommendations. So I'm trying my absolute hardest to get this edited and uploaded for you guys. The Sephora Vib sale, in case you guys don't know, is like the biggest sale that Sephora puts on. To be able to do this sale, you do have to be a rewards member with Sephora. It's completely free to sign up. And within that program, there are 3 different levels that you can obtain. So number 1 is the Sephora Insider, then you have the Sephora VIB, and then you have the VIB Rouge, which is the highest level and also the tier that unfortunately your girl is at right now because I spend way too much money at Sephora. For the holiday savings event, there is specific days that each level of membership can shop. So since the VIB Rouges can shop first, I think I'm gonna go in date order as opposed to the tier order. First off, the VIB Rouges, you can shop between October 28th to November 7th, and the VIB Rouges get 20% off. They get the highest amount of money off because they spend the most amount of money every single year. Next, you have the VIBs, which get 15% off, and they can start shopping between November 1st through November 7th. And then lastly, the Beauty Insiders, which is the lowest level, can get 10% off, and they can shop between November 3rd to November 7th. Also, just to announce this, the whole entire time the holiday savings event is going on, the whole entire Sephora collection is 30% off, and I believe that is on top of the holiday savings. If you're shopping online, all you have to do is go into the cart and type in savings in all caps, and that's how you get the discount at checkout. Okay, with that out of the way, if you guys haven't been following my channel for a little bit, I am a working freelance makeup artist, so some of my recommendations on here will not only be coming from a consumer standpoint, but also from a makeup artist standpoint too. The first thing that I want to start out with, this is the Fresh Sugar Hydrating Lip Balm. This is in the, I guess, scent caramel. The thing that I really like about this, guys, is that it smells like a caramel, goody, buttery deliciousness. It's amazing. I wish you guys could like smell things through the camera. It's just really, really hydrating. Like I feel like it's more hydrating than even their stick versions. I was going to use it on myself to like test to have in my kit, and I think this is what I'm going to switch to. Fresh is one of the clean beauty brands at Sephora, so if you really want something with really pure ingredients and something that's like non-irritating, I definitely would go with this guy. It's amazing. Next skincare product I'm going to go into is a toner that I've really been obsessed with. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Toner. I gotta say that this is like the most interesting consistency for a toner I think that I've ever seen. It's almost like a milky, thicker kind of consistency. The reason I like this toner so much is because it not only gets like any excess makeup off, but it also heavily hydrates the skin. It does have niacinamide inside of it, which is a really good hydrating ingredient. Very soft on the skin. It makes your skin feel like butter after you're done using it. It also leaves a slight glow to your skin and also plumps up your skin a little bit because it does have peptides inside of it. This is just like an all-around like really great product, and also makeup lays really well on top of it too. Next, I want to go into another toner. This is literally the only toner that I actually use in my makeup kit. It's the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Toner. This is the mini version that I have. All the Fresh products are a clean beauty brand, meaning that they don't have really harsh ingredients inside of them, and I just feel like they're very non-irritating to the skin. Like, I've never had a client break out from this before. It softens the skin, it cleanses really deep inside of your skin too, so it kind of over time will start removing all of like the impurities in your skin. Moving on, I'm going into a moisturizer. This is the Belief True Cream Aqua Bomb. I don't like to have too heavy a product sitting underneath makeup, especially working as a makeup artist. I'll open it for you guys. It's kind of like a lightweight gel consistency, almost feels like water. It just provides your skin a ton of moisture without being like a true cream, if that makes sense. Goes really well underneath makeup as well. That's why I use it in my kit. All right, the next things I'm going to be talking about are 2 primers that I've really been loving. The first one I have is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I feel like literally this has been a cult staple. I can't even tell you guys what I've been missing out on when I didn't have this product. I have used this on every single type of skin possible. I've used it on mature skin, young skin, oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, and you know what? It's worked on every single skin type with me. It's a very grippy sort of primer. Now you would think that foundation or anything over top of it wouldn't blend out very well if it's just sticking, but you can blend out stuff so freaking easy. If you're looking for an all-around good primer, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. If you have more drier skin type, this is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I just have mine in a little travel size version. It's very thick, so a very little amount goes a very long ways. As you can see, like it's a very thick product, but it just spreads. Like it literally will cover my entire hand. This one is also a very grippy primer. It's basically like the hydrating version of the Milk Hydro Grip Primer while being a cream. Did that even make sense? The thing I like most about it though is it smooths. It makes your pores look a little bit smaller, smooths out the look of fine lines and wrinkles. It does say that it's an all-in-one primer and moisturizer. I love 2-in-1 products like this. The next product is one that I do not have the actual container for because I keep it in my makeup kit. I tend to depot a lot of my stuff just so I'm not carrying around really bulky items or really heavy items. And this is the very last container right here titled Brow Gel. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. You need a very little amount, guys. You can definitely overuse it really easily. That's why some people really don't like this product because they use too much. But if you use a really light hand, it's a staple product. Like I absolutely love it. It's completely clear, so you can use it with any single brow color. It's really good at being a primer for any brow powder. If you're also a fan of like the fluffy brow look where you like to just brush them up a little bit to make them look a little bit more effortless, this is definitely the product that you want in your life. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is eyeshadows, and they are the Urban Decay single eyeshadows. It looks like they repackaged and also reformulated some of their shadows, which are amazing. Like I think Urban Decay actually does very well at their eyeshadow formulas, but especially their singles. Like I don't know what they did to them now, but they're really freaking good. So the first regular shadow that I want to mention is this color right here, and it's in the shade Sin. I really feel like a lot of people will like this color, almost like a rose gold like kind of color. Then I have two of the Moondust shadow formulas, and these things are so freaking pretty, guys. I have two shades. I have the shade Cosmic, which is just a lighter white shade almost. The camera isn't even really picking up how awesome this is. It has a translucent base behind it. And then this one's my favorite, guys. This is in the shade Space Cowboy. That is what it looks like. Look at how pretty that color is. Like it just has different shifts. Those are the Urban Decay shadows that I would heavily recommend if you're looking for little travel size singles. And I wanted to move on to eyeshadow palettes. So I'm going to start off by going on with the Patrick Ta Major Glow eyeshadow palette. I know he has a second version out now, but this is the first one that came out. Oh, I'm sorry. It's called the Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. This is the Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. Has a bunch of like neutral, like shimmer kind of colors inside of it. The genius thing about this palette is that these two are cream bases, and it has a little protector right here. So your cream bases don't get into the actual powder shadows, and the powder shadows don't get into the creams. And I love all the tones in here. Like all the shimmers are really nice. All of the mattes are really nice. They're super pigmented. I've never seen mattes like blend out quite like these do. Like they just don't lose their pigmentation as they're blending out. Such a beautiful formula. I literally got it for the colors and then for the formulation that it has. The very last palette that I have to go into is gonna burn a hole in your wallet. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very expensive palette. It is the most expensive eyeshadow palette that I own, and I have zero regrets. It's one of the Pat McGrath Labs eyeshadow palettes. It's one of the Mothership palettes, and it's part of the Divine Rose collection. I think this is the second version. This packaging, this whole entire thing is just artwork. This one does specifically have limited edition packaging. This is the pretty pink packaging that I got mine in. If you guys don't already know, Pat McGrath usually just comes in solid black packaging that has a little bit of like a patent kind of finish. Look at how freaking pretty. Look at how rich that is. All of them have such good dimension to them. The eyeshadow formula is like butter. I mean, it feels like you're literally just blending up butter on your eyes. And then there's one that's like a trichrome color. I think that's what they call it. Like, look at this one. Like, I could just go on about these eyeshadows forever. It's honestly any Pat McGrath palette, to be totally honest. Like, if this one doesn't float your boat as far as the color schemes, there's tons of other ones to choose from. Just get yourself some Pat McGrath palettes. Like, you're not gonna regret it. Okay, I'm gonna switch light sources because this window is not doing anything for me anymore. Hey, that's so much better, isn't it? Now, I have several different foundations in my kit, but I'm going to talk to you guys about the ones that I personally absolutely love having. And these are the NARS Natural Radiant foundations. They look like this. And I'm not gonna lie, NARS is one of the more expensive foundation brands. It's a beautiful foundation. They are normally marketed as a medium to full coverage foundation. It's a satin finish, so it's in between a dewy finish and a matte finish, which is why it's handy for makeup artists because you can alter the formula depending on what kind of skin type that your client has. And I also do wanna mention that this is a silicone-based foundation, which all the ones in my makeup kit are actually silicone-based. I feel like silicone-based foundations really hold on to your skin a little bit better. They tend to have a more smoothing, like airbrush kind of effect. It doesn't have any SPF in it, so it doesn't cause flashback. It's an overall really good foundation. All right, the next foundation I want to talk about is not one that I have in my kit, just because it does have SPF 27. It's the Lancome Tint Idol Care and Glow foundation. I personally have it in the shade 230W, and that's the color that I wear. I like how long wearing it is for oily skin while still having hyaluronic acid inside of it and being super hydrating. Just a very like healthy looking glow that it gives you. It has about a medium coverage, I would say. You definitely can build it up to full, but it definitely stays more on the medium side. Again, it wears for such a long time. I mean, I've worn this literally on my long wedding days, and this thing is not budged. Then I want to go ahead and talk about another product that is not exactly a foundation. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I also do not have a normal size container of this because I keep it in my makeup kit. If you guys haven't already heard about this, which I'm sure that a lot of people have by now, it's supposed to be a skin enhancer. You can use it underneath makeup, you can use it on top of makeup. I like mixing it in with my foundations personally. It just evens you out. I don't know how, and it color corrects unevenness. And it does this without being oily or greasy. So this is what it looks like on its own. Let me blend it out all the way. Just look at the healthy like sheen that I have. Then the next thing I have to talk about is concealer, like a liquid concealer. I always get asked what concealers that I use in my makeup kit, and this is the only one that I carry. But this is the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use concealer. You can use it for like contouring, highlighting, foundation, all over the place if you want to, and of course concealing. I like this a lot. It's a satin finish foundation and is very hydrating. It's about a medium to full coverage, to be totally honest, so you definitely do have to have a pretty light hand with it, but it blends out flawlessly. I have never had it look dry underneath somebody's eyes, and that's something I really like to focus on. This is the only concealer that I legitimately carry in my makeup kit, and I use on like every single person. I only use loose powders in my kit. Number one product that I use is the Huda Beauty Loose Baking Powder. This is what the original packaging looks like. It just comes in a square. The only thing I don't like about this is that it has a scent to it. It's a little bit like denser of a powder formula, but I feel like that really like hydrates and like locks in your makeup. I've never found that this has been drying. I have been using this on mature skin, dry skin, etc., and I've never seen it look bad. Next category is bronzers. I use the Huda Beauty Glowish bronzers, and those are the ones that I have currently in my kit. I have all the ones that Huda Beauty carries. They look like this, and they are kind of a marble looking finish in here, and that also kind of gives a very multi-dimensional look on your face. They are called glowish bronzers because they don't have a flat matte finish. The next category is blush. I've recently been like obsessed with cream blushes. This first one is the Tower 28 Lip and Cheek Cream Blush. Mine is this right here. I have mine in the color Beach Please. Then it just looks like this. It's just a very like deep terracotta kind of color. I just really like the formulation of these. They're a heavier like cream blush, but I feel like when you start blending it out, it almost like goes into like a powdery, velvety kind of finish. Very freaking long wearing for cream blushes. Next, I'm gonna move on to a liquid blush, and these ones are the ones from Rare Beauty. I think a lot of you know what this is. It's the line that Selena Gomez developed. These ones are the Soft Pinch liquid blushes, and these are what I mostly use on my clients. So they come with little applicators like this. I just put them and swipe them on my palette, and then I'll dip with a brush off of there and use it on people. But if you guys do use this on yourself, you can just use them in like little dots on your face and then blend them out, and they do blend out very easily. They're such pretty colors, and I love intermixing the different colors to get the tones that I want too. Liquid blushes are kind of like the way to go, to be completely honest. They're a little bit more travel friendly and a little bit less messy than actual cream blushes are. Then last blush that I'm gonna mention, because I'm literally a blush hoarder, guys. Like I have so much blush that I don't even use. It's kind of ridiculous. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blushes. This is the one in Mood Exposure. It's like a very common shade. Again, marble finish to it. Then that's a really great option to have. But yeah, again, powder blushes, highly recommend the Hourglass ones. Going into highlighting products now, this one is the Day Glow Dewy Highlighting Balm. This is like a more oil-based balm. I don't know how to describe it. I don't actually think I have a highlighter on. I like to go with my finger, just tap it right on my face. But like, look at that. Mine is in the shade Kava, and it doesn't even pick up any of your makeup underneath it. It kind of just lays right on top of it and just gives you like this really wet looking appearance. Now, I don't personally use this in my makeup kit because it's pretty dewy and oily kind of feeling, so it doesn't last a super long time. So that's a good option as far as like a liquid slash, I guess, more dewy like balm kind of highlighter. And I have one highlighting powder product. It's been like a cult favorite among like all makeup artists and all makeup lovers in general. This is the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette, and this is in the shade 001 Universal. It's such pretty packaging. It's very minimalistic. I love it. As you guys can see, it is very well loved by me. Like I use this one, which is like a lighter champagne sort of tone. Then you have like a deeper champagne, then a bronzy tone, and also a pink tone too as well, which is a really good blush topper, by the way. You can also use these as eyeshadow colors too. It's just such a unique like color story, I think, but especially for makeup artists, like it's so versatile. I mean, I'm so glad I got my hands on it. It goes out of stock pretty often. So if you guys find this in stock, grab it because it's probably not going to be there for that long. Last category I want to talk to you guys about is lips. First thing I want to talk about is lip liners. I have the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. I'm not even going to talk about specific colors. I'm just talking about the lip liner formula in general from Charlotte Tilbury. You cannot go wrong. Just the formulation in general is really nice. I have these all in my makeup kit. Look at how many freaking lip liners I have. They are an actual pencil lip liner, if you can tell. Like they're not really gels, but they almost have like a gel-like quality. They just glide on like really smooth. Like I'm not even pressing that hard. Like look at that. They just have such good pigmentation to them and they last a really long time. Those are definitely my favorite lip liners. Then next I'm gonna go into actual lipsticks. So I've actually found that the Sephora Lip Stories collection is actually really affordable, but then they're also really good in formulation too. And keep in mind, the Sephora collection is 30% off that I'm believing that you get on top of the actual VIB discount. But this is what they look like. They all have like different colored packaging and different designs. This is number 3, and this is actually what I use on a lot of my brides. It's just a neutral mauvey sort of tone. And they have a ton of different lip colors. Like they even have like blue lipstick, they have green, they have ones with glitter. The color options are endless, guys. Just good affordable option for a lipstick. And this is the last thing I have to rant about with you guys. These are the Shade Slick tinted lip oils. Now I only have 2 colors, but I definitely will be open to trying other ones. I think mine did wear off a little bit since I've been talking here, but I did start out with this color on my lips. This is in the shade Sangria. And then I also have Au Natural, which is this guy here. I don't use these in my kit because of the fact that they aren't long wearing, but I do like using these on myself whenever I need a little bit of hydration. But yeah, if I go back in like that, you can definitely see that it did like intensify. It's something that you can kind of just throw in your purse if you just want something like really quick and on the go, something to touch up with that you don't necessarily need like an actual mirror to touch up. Yes guys, I am finally done with this freaking video and I feel like I'm gonna lose my voice. If you guys did really love the Sephora VIB recommendations, then definitely go ahead and hit the like button on the video, as well as also leaving any comments that you have down below as well. Then also, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, then definitely go ahead and subscribe. As always, I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day and I will talk to you guys in my next video. All right, bye.